Dwann B. Black History Commercial, take
1. And here comes the 2 to the 3 and 4.
Hold up. Celebrate our warriors and scholars. Black history on a t-shirt. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. Yeah. Mothers of the movement, our scholars. Instead of wearing a sports jersey with someone else's name on your back, celebrate our leader's name on your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Get yours now at hotepish.com/shop. Free shipping on all orders over $75. Also, get your Black American Music family tree at incenseandashtrays.com/shop. 400 years of music created here in North America exclusively by Black Americans on one piece of artwork.
Are we live now?
Uh-huh.
All right. Can you hear me through the mic? Is the mic sound clear?
Uh-huh, it sounds real clear.
All right, cool, yeah.
Wait, are you on your phone?
My phone just buzzed because my phone was giving me the notification that we live.
It's echoing.
It's echoing. Why? If we echoing, I don't want no echo.
Yeah,
Let me close out of all my apps. Damn it, I just closed out of my music yet. We can play music later on. Is it still echoing?
Oh no, it's gone now.
Good. All right, if y'all sit in the chat room, they don't hear echo, so they're the ones that matter the most.
Oh, it's me. Oh, I don't matter. Oh my God.
So yeah, we here live. Welcome to that intelligent-ish talk, that intelligent shit talk, y'all. Where we bring y'all the profound and the profane, the ignorant and the intelligent, because it's all the same. Don't you hate, Sarah, them super clean niggas be like, I don't like the word nigga.
Oh yeah.
Don't use the N-word around me.
Well, they say bitch without abandon.
Yeah, these be the same cats that ain't said nothing to their kids outside of what's your grades.
What?
Really don't fuck with your wife, your girlfriend. Like, you ever, like, sometimes me and my wife be going out, we be laughing at these niggas when we go out. We be seeing other couples, and you be looking like, them niggas do not fuck with each other.
At all.
They married for tax reasons. And those be the main ones want to come around and tell you how to live your life. Nigga, if you don't make your wife happy, shut the fuck up. I see why most niggas don't want to get married. Look, if I saw 80% of these marriages when I went out, I wouldn't want to get married either. Shit.
Okay.
I didn't want to get married for a long time. I like being single.
Really?
Hell yeah. Like before my wife, I didn't really have girlfriends like that. I would be with a girlfriend maybe 2 or 3 months, maybe. Women, like I'd be moving fast, man. I like being single. That shit was fun. It was just, I married her. If it weren't for her, I'd probably still be goddamn single.
What was your favorite thing?
Huh?
What was your favorite thing about being single?
I like the variety. I hate monotony. I hate doing the same thing over and over again. I like to do a lot of different shit. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And usually when I was single, especially like I only deal with black women. Like some people like they like women of all races, and salute to y'all. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about y'all. But me, I only dealt with black women. Mm-hmm. And it'll be frustrating because half the time I'll be wanting to do some shit like how it was raining and snowing right now. When the snow stopped next week, I want to go to the snow. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And or then I'll be like, okay, if it's warm, I'm gonna go to the beach. And the black women wearing their hair more natural now. But back in the 2000s, it was a whole bunch of, I don't want my hair to frizz up and all that shit.
I don't want my hair to rhythm.
And I'll be like, oh, God. You know, so you have to have a roster that you can call for different things. And I like the variety.
The roster?
But you see all the different shit that I talk about on this show. I'm interested in a lot of different shit.
Yeah.
And most people may be interested in one or two things that I'm interested in, but not the other 90 things that I'm interested in.
But your wife is that?
Yeah, my wife, she's interested in shit. She put me up on game a lot. My wife keep me on my toes. Like, she's smart as fuck. So she's always reading, always into some shit. So my wife keeps me like I learn from her. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. I like being around people that, you know, that can teach me some shit. And like they got their own little thing going on. But yeah, but half the time when I be seeing these people out there that are married, I be like, man, y'all shit look like it sucks.
Damn, that's rude as fuck.
It is rude. It is. Yeah, it is.
Do you think it's because you actually like your wife instead of just love her?
Oh yeah, I like her. That's my nigga right there. For real. Me and my wife, we kick it. Like long before we got married, we kick it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we was all prepared. The power was supposed to go out last night. We was about to have fun, but then they ended up saying, the raining. We're gonna keep the power on. We were like, damn. We had a whole adventure set up.
Oh my God, I'm very curious, but I don't want to get your business like that.
For real. Yeah. Nah. Certain things. Anyway, we here to talk about this goddamn Jemele Hill. And not just her, the media. It seems to me, Sarah, there's a media whiteout on Dana White.
Mm-hmm.
You got the video of him whooping his his wife's ass?
I will pull it up and give me just a second.
That ain't gonna take long to find, because for those of you who don't know, can they hear me?
Uh-huh.
For those of you who don't know,
oh, whoa,
Dana White is the front person for the UFC. He don't own the UFC. He's the front person for it. The person who owns the UFC is Ari Emanuel, the same dickhead that was calling out Kanye West and Kyrie Irving. He was loud as fuck back in December, and he's brother to former Chicago mayor and President Obama advisor Rahm Emanuel.
Yeah.
So Ari Emanuel, person, his company is the company that run the WWE and the UFC. And Dana White's the front person. And as you see here on camera, Dana White was caught bopping his wife. Yak. Play it one more time. I missed the first slap. I want to see it again. That shit.
You want to see the first slap?
I missed it.
See,
she hit him. Yeah.
Let me take it back so you can.
Because she hit him with a cool look. She went with a quick right. Boom. His hand wasn't up in defense. So see, when she hit him with that right, she should have put her left hand up to block his slap. She look. That's an aggressive bitch. She don't.
You're giving her moves.
Look, I'm not giving her the lady treatment. She look like she like to fight. Look, ladies don't hit first. All right, let's just be real. Ladies don't hit first, so she's not getting lady treatment. Yeah. She hit him with the quick right. Boom. He didn't block, and then he came back, and then she got yak. I want to first off by saying I don't want to see no nigga playing devil's advocate for Dana White. Let his ass stand on his own. Niggas, I hate when niggas want to fall on the sword for a white boy. Whether you agree with him or not, let him fight his own goddamn fight. Did you see any white boys fall on the sword for Chris Brown? No. They still talk about Chris Brown goddamn 2 decades later. I ain't never seen motherfucking Charlie Sheen and no white person come out and be like, well, Chris Rihanna hit him first. But let a dumb nigga say it. Well, nigga, Dana White, yeah. Let them fight their own fights. Let me start off by saying that. So I'm not here to say what Dana White should or shouldn't do. He can fight his own goddamn battles. And look at him. Look, put him back on screen. Of course he hits women. Look at him.
Yeah.
He look like a Stone Age motherfucker, don't he?
Like Goldberg's uncle.
This nigga look like he headbutt church doors open. Like when he go to church, like he only got ways, This nigga, no, he's a fighter. And the way she threw that right, you could tell she done hit him a couple times. And the fact that she didn't get in defensive position lets you know that she knew what was coming.
Yeah.
That looked like an old school, that looked like a light night for them. That looked like date night for them. How many times has he like really like Razor Ramon her ass in real life?
Oh my God, not Razor Ramon.
Think about that. Like he like hit her with the razor's edge and then took a toothpick out his ear and threw it at her like Chico. You know she did. He done did that before.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So this family looks like obvious domestic abusers. This isn't their first go around. You know what I mean? And so Dana White did what he did. But this the same dude who, when he did what he did, like these are the people that have been like condemning black folks like a motherfucker, haven't they?
Absolutely.
Like Ari Emanuel, the person who owns the UFC, talked all kind of shit about how Kyrie Irving is hurting the team and the money that's on the line. But he ain't saying nothing about this. All Kyrie Irving did was send out a motherfucking tweet. All Kanye West did was send out a tweet. He didn't put his hands on nobody. And Ari Emanuel, the person who owns the UFC, ain't said nothing about Dana White. Dana White just been getting to go and do what he do, and no one is saying anything. There was even a tweet put out from someone at ESPN saying that they basically been under instruction to not say anything. Sarah, can you pull up Stephen A. Smith and his explanation of Dana White? Just put it. This Google Stephen A. Smith Dana White. So, what was going on with? So what we see happening here is we see an obvious media whiteout of Dana White, and I call it a media whiteout because the way I see it, wrong is wrong. And just a few days before this whole Dana White situation, Tank Davis, a boxer, his face was all over the goddamn internet saying that he hit a woman. And people are saying, no, he shouldn't do that. And he shouldn't. I agree. But I don't know. I don't know. Pull up the one from him on ES on First Take.
On First Take? Okay.
Yeah, the First Take one. And I agree. But this is from my point of view. If the way I see it, and this isn't to give an excuse, but it's just reality. And if you look at it as an excuse, then that's just your simple mind talking. But reality, if somebody involved in boxing, MMA, whether you be a boxer, a trainer, anybody involved in that circle, you probably whoop ass to solve differences, right? Because even the people around boxing, they ain't nothing but failed boxers. These people who tried boxing got whoop a couple times. They're like, oh, that ain't gonna work. Let me become a manager. You know? Mm-hmm. If you in that, just like police officers, the highest number of domestic violence in the country of any job is police officers. I read a story years ago, and they keep burying these stories. They be hard to find now. You gotta here's the thing, people. When y'all find a good story on the internet with some good research, make sure you download it as a PDF to your hard drive. Because they will scrub the internet of this shit as time goes on. Or they'll hide it under a different title.
You want the audio or the video?
The video of Stephen A. Smith.
You want the audio of the video? Because
Yeah, the audio of the video works. That works, yeah.
Okay, let me, okay, give me just a second. Go, keep going.
Okay. So you see this going on. They purposely, when it comes to their side of the game, scrub it. But when it comes to us, our faces get blasted everywhere. You know, and it's something that we as a people got to make sure we speak up about. Because if we just let them do it, they keep doing it. And so I forgot what I was saying before. I was trying to get to a point. I forgot what I was saying before that. God damn it. That's what happened when you improv all your shows. I'm sorry. Yeah, I ain't got no notes. I ain't got no playback either.
Being good with
Oh, is it ready?
It is. Yes, the audio is ready.
Because because I'm gonna get to this point about Stephen A. I'm gonna introduce a clip, and then we're gonna talk about
by
it.
TMZ.
Okay, go ahead.
Before we play the clip, I'm trying to give you guys a story, and if you're watching on YouTube, we're gonna click over to caffeine in a little bit. But keep listening on YouTube for now. We about to click over to caffeine when I get to the music part in a little bit. But we're gonna play some music later on. But when it comes down to it, there's an obvious media blackout, and when you finally see them addressing the whole Dana White situation, it's being addressed in a very somber tone. It's not punitive like when we do it. They want to be punitive with it. They want to be like, see, this is why, and that's why, and da-da-da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? So listen to Stephen A. Smith explain his thrashing of Dana White. Go ahead, play it, Sarah.
A
This is
video
his way.
published by TMZ shows White and his wife Ann in a VIP area of a nightclub during a New Year's Eve celebration
hear me too?
in Cabo, Mexico.
Yeah.
Dana White can be seen in the video saying something to Ann White, at which point she
That's-
slaps him in
yeah,
the
that's
face.
Molly
Dana
Crum.
White then slaps her back before the two are quickly separated. If I could get the control room out of my ear, please. Here's Dana's apology in part to TMZ. I'm literally making no excuses for this thing at all. It's never happened before. It's the first time it's ever happened. People are going to say what they're going to say, and it is what it is.
Pause
Whatever
it real
people
quick.
say
Just
is
pause it, keep it
deserved.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start off by saying, look at this. Before they start talking about how bad of a person Dana White is, they went right to his apology.
Mm-hmm.
What does that do? That humanizes him. So when we're starting it off, the whole thing, when it's time to finally chastise him, you're giving his humanity first. When the black person does, when they arrested Tank 2 weeks ago, did they put out and explain Tank's side of the things first? Or did they just put up his mugshot?
Oh, sure it was the
It's
mugshot.
2 weeks ago.
I'm sure it was the mugshot.
Yeah, mugshot. So they're starting off by humanizing him, letting him tell his side of the story. Now keep going.
All right.
Deserved, I deserve it. Now, in a separate interview with TMZ, his wife, Ann White, said this. To say this is out of character for him is an understatement. Nothing
Pause it.
like this has ever happened.
Anytime these cats to say blah, blah, blah is an understatement, that's how you know they bullshitting. Don't nobody use understatement in a regular. Look, only time you use the word understatement is if you about to lie your ass off. Think about it. When you have like a normal conversation that you just telling them you being 100, you ever gonna use the word understatement?
No.
Understated? No. You only say that shit when anytime they say is an understatement or they say unequivocally, that's one word they love using on ESPN. Anytime someone says, I unequivocally don't, they lying their ass off. That's a bullshit ass term. Anytime you hear understatement or unequivocally or I'm ashamed, y'all get y'all keyboards out, get your emojis, and find that blue cap and start tapping that bitch. Cap, 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 cap. Keep going.
Before. So, though White is the face of the UFC, Stephen A., it is an entity owned by Endeavor. What type of discipline should Dana face?
Pause it. So they let the wife speak. When Ray White's wife spoke, they were like, shut up, bitch. We about to get this nigga kicked up out the NFL. That's what they told her. You know? Like how different they treat. And again, this isn't even a topic that I want to get in on because me personally, I don't believe in hitting women. I don't want to compare one thug to the next. You dig? But at the end of the day, that's how some people solve their problems. It's not the way I solve problems. It's the way some people solve problems. That's the world that we live in. So since that's the world we live in, if ESPN is going to talk about one this way and the other, That's a problem. We're talking about speaking apples to apples, not condoning behavior. Again, I got to say that because there's always one dumb dick out there that be listening with their head in their ass, and they'll be like, so Dwann, it sounds like that you approve of this abuse. It's always that one dickhead out there that's like that. For the people that's not like that, y'all understand where I'm coming from. And again, if you that dumbass, then okay, think whatever the fuck you think. We're not approving of any of this shit. But since that's the subject on the table, we gonna talk about it. All right? Keep playing.
My immediate response to that is whatever discipline he should face is the kind of discipline he would impose upon someone.
Oh, Stephen A. You hear how somber he is? My answer is what kind of discipline he would face is the kind of discipline he would impose. What kind of chicken shit ass answer is that, nigga? When it's a black person, Stephen Django Smith, Stephen from Django as Stephen as Smith, this is what should happen. He should be suspended for a full season. He should be suspended for 2 years. He should be suspended until my hairline comes back to the front the way it should be. That nigga got all the answers when it comes to a black person. No, that is unacceptable. Ime Udoka is an unmarried man who had sex with a married woman, and he should be punished and he should be sent to jail. And that married white woman that had sex with him, she was a victim. And Ime Udoka should have known better. Oh, these nigger athletes should have known better. You should know that you have all of these people following you, and you should act like an angel at all times, because I'm Stephen the Turtle Smith, and I said so. You should get suspended for 2 years. They should take away your future money, and when it comes down to it, matter of fact, you should pay the white owner money back for all the money you took from him being an ungrateful nigger. That's how Stephen A. Smith be talking, am I lying? But then, now it's time for Dana White to be punished. Oh, I think that he should go ahead and choose his own punishment. I'm saying that because it sounds like I'm saying something, but I really ain't saying shit. Keep going.
What he oversees, because that would be consistent with who he is. Now, I will openly confess to you, and I certainly, we shouldn't end this segment without getting your take on this. I will tell you this. Dana White is not just somebody that's connected in the world of sports. He's a friend. I love the guy.
Positive.
Personally.
He's a friend. I love the guy. Personally. You chicken shit ass nigga. Aren't the athletes friends too? Wasn't Allen Iverson a friend when he worked at the Philadelphia Inquirer? And then when he had his MVP season, you said that sideways shit about him, breaking the trust forever with Allen Iverson. Why don't y'all go back and look that up on how he reported on some shit. Allen Iverson kind of let him behind closed doors, and he reported on some shit AI didn't want him reported on back when he was with the Philadelphia Inquirer. Go back and look that up. Stephen A. Smith, you always talking about how, I'm boys with Chris Webber and I'm Magic Johnson and Trae Young, or whatever athlete you talking about at the time. You be cool with them too. Until they do something bad. Then you start talking about them like they anything other than a child of God. I thought you was cool with Kevin Durant. Look how you treat Kevin Durant. He's supposed to be your brother. Something about this nigga. Hit play.
All right.
So this is a very hard subject for me. We talk all the time. We certainly connected briefly since this happened. Mm-hmm. He knew there's no way on earth that I wasn't going to talk about it. My heart goes out to his family because this is a very, very embarrassing situation.
You the mediator for black people?
This nigga, Stephen, they've been talking for 30 seconds, still ain't got to it. First, said, I love him. I love his wife. He's a friend. I done talked to his family. Before we get to anything breaking this dude down and what he did, they done already read his apology. They read his wife's statement. Stephen A. Smith talking about how much he love him. He's talking about how much of a friend he is. Now he's talking about his wife. All this stuff, and they ain't even gotten to the nitty gritty yet. Go ahead, hit play.
He says it has never, ever happened before. He's completely ashamed and utterly disgusted with himself that he finds himself in this situation.
He ain't, see, Stephen A. Smith still ain't gave us his opinion. He's saying, Dana White feels completely ashamed. He says it's never happened before. Well, Chris Brown said it never happened before, and he's still paying for that shit. What is it? So he's getting the excuse. So before you even get into anything punitive, you've already read his apology. You read his wife's response. You started buffering with how much you love him. Now you're re-explaining his apology on the phone with him. Y'all see how this shit work?
Well, that's weird.
Hit play.
That he would ever have done such a thing to a woman he's been married to for 30 years, who's the mother of his 3 children, and he makes no excuses for it. And I think it's important to point that out. I also think it's important to point out that she validates what he asserts, that it's never happened before.
We're still talking about what he said, and now it's important to point out that she validates what he said. Ray Rice, his wife, validated what he said. Hit play.
All right.
Before that, it was completely out of character, and she even pointed to the fact that they were out and they were drinking and all of that other stuff.
Drinking.
As well.
Pause it.
In the end.
See, when an athlete is out and drinking, Stephen A. Smith is, what are they doing out drinking? They should know that they're professional athletes. You know that the spotlight is on you. You know that all the women around here, Mean Gene, I want to wrestle Hulk Hogan. Niggas sound like a WWF wrestler anytime a black person or athlete's out there drinking. You should know better. Yes, you're only 22 and you have $10 trillion at your disposal and you're just living your life because that's the age you're supposed to be partying. But I don't care. You're a black athlete. You should know better. You should live like a monk. Matter of fact, you should join a commissary. You should become a male nun. And on weekends, dedicate your time to the Catholic Church because having fun and being black, you should never do it. I'm Stephen A. Smith, and I say that. Salute. You see how that shit? See, when a black person is drinking, they gotta, you shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be doing this. You should know better. You got a man that's the face of a multi-billion-dollar company that is irresponsibly drinking and fighting with his wife in public. Have you no shame? Hit play.
And he's not making any excuses. It's certainly not for me nor anybody out there to make an excuse because particularly within the times that we're living in and with all the things that we've learned and the inordinate amount of times we've had to address subjects like this, we have to maintain consistency in pointing out you do not put your hands on a woman if you are a man. You do not do it. Dana White knows that. And, all I can say is that, again, he has spoken out against men who put their hands on women before. And whatever punishment you would exact under these circumstances to somebody else is what he should apply to himself. But
no recommendation.
I'm doing something even stricter just because
listen to this part.
He's the leader, know, and he's the leader of men. So to your point, not just what's an
listen to this
fighter,
shit.
but maybe a little stiffer.
Sure.
Because he's the head. I just want to say a couple of things. They talked about being Drinking heavily.
Yeah.
When you're under influence, not shining moments, often people don't make their best decisions. So in that sense, it's a cautionary tale.
Another excuse.
And in terms of it being an isolated incident, I've known Dana since I was 22. I have the utmost respect for him.
Did you fuck him too?
And I don't judge people by their worst moment. I agree with you on that punishment part.
Shit, you judge
And
nigga
the other
athletes
piece
by
that
their
I
worst
just wanna
moment.
say, as a woman, it was also his wife's hands on him. So no,
Pause
no
it
one
right
should be
there.
putting their hands
That's
on
the part. She went right to, as a woman, the bitch hit him too. Whatever happened to believe all women? Whatever happened to there under no circumstance is a man supposed to touch? Whatever happened to all of these absolutes that get thrown out? You see how quickly these motherfuckers flip? You see how quickly they flip. That's why these people ain't worth trusting. They ain't worth believing. They ain't worth buying into. They full of shit. That's why I tell black people all the time, black men, black women, black athletes, live your fucking life, all right? Live your life and have fun. You can't walk on enough eggshells around these motherfuckers. If you walk on eggshells and get past every eggshell, they gonna tell you walked too quietly. Stop all this, we gotta be better shit. We don't have to, we gotta just nigga, all you gotta do is stay black and die. Nigga, live your life how you live your life. It's always gonna be ain't shit niggas, it's always gonna be good niggas, and most people gonna be somewhere in between. Most people are good people that have ain't shit moments and that are defined by them ain't shit moments. You have some people that put on a really good face and they're everything to the world. Everyone loves them, but at home, they're terror on their home and they ain't shit. So people live in between those extremes all throughout the day. You know what I mean? And so people are gonna be humans. You're gonna have some people that, me personally, I wrote a whole book called Tell It Like It Is, The Art of Loving Communication. My book is centered on how to communicate long before it gets to fisticuffs. You have to have a level of emotional intelligence that you know when you're starting to get, even when you're drunk, you know you're starting to go there. So you have to know how to have the emotional intelligence to stop yourself 5 or 6 points before you get to that point of no return. But a lot of people don't have that. So those people that whoop ass to solve differences, they exist. I don't live life on some fucking personal moral standard. Well, since I don't do it, nobody should do it. Some people like to fight. I had an aunt that was like that. You know what I mean? And I had an aunt that my dad used to always tell me she felt that no dude that she was with loved her unless he hit her, put hands on her. That shit was weird. Not within my lifestyle. But that was her lifestyle. Who am I to say she wrong? If she the one willing to live it. And again, don't be that one dickhead out there saying, are you saying all women should get? No. I'm saying you choose your path. And sometimes we on paths that we don't want to be on. That means it's time for us to figure out a different path. We all in life live in parts of our life extremely how we want to live it. And we live in other parts of our life where it can get some improvement. We ain't really fucking with it. That's all it is. And some people, the path that they on is getting their ass whooped in their relationships. It just that shit exists. I'm not gonna live my life as if it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? But at the same time, for those who are on that path, the reason why I've never, even when it went back to the Ray Rice situation and all them, remember Floyd Mayweather spent 6 months in jail for basically grabbing his cell phone back. His girlfriend took his cell phone and basically he grabbed the cell phone back out of her hand. And the greatest boxer of all time had to spend 6 months in jail. Remember that? Ooh, they ain't talking about that. Floyd Mayweather did less than Dana White just did on camera and spent 6 months in prison. So what I'm saying is this. this is different people's experiences. And my thing is, I worked a long area of my life in mental health. And I know one thing. One thing I do know is to solve an issue, you can't do it by pointing the finger and saying, you wrong, you wrong, you wrong. Let me tell you why. Because people who are abusers, and I've helped people who are abusive become less to non-abusive. I got that on my track record, written down, documented, helping people evolve out of this. I'll tell you this, as someone who's worked years helping people with this. The more a person feels guilty about a particular behavior, the more the guilt breeds that negative behavior. For instance,
I'm sorry, just for a second before you go into it.
Go ahead.
We're about to log on to just caffeine.
Yeah, okay.
And I have the information in the chat.
It's in the chat. So we about to log on to caffeine right now. I'm gonna finish this, and then we also gonna do some music when I'm done with this part. I'm digging deeper into this whole Dana White situation over on caffeine. So log over right now. The information is in the chat. The information is in the chat. Click on the link, click on the link, click on the link, and come on over to caffeine.